बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। अस्सलाम वालेकुम स्टूडेंट। आज हम डिस्कस करेंगे साल्ट्स के बारे में। व्हाट आर साल्ट एंड गिव क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ साल्ट। साल्ट्स हम डिफाइन करते हैं व्हेन एन एसिड or base combine with each other and both of them lose their properties with the formation of salt along with water is called salt. The salt form, we can check the pH of the salt. It is acidic or basic. So if the pH range is from 1 to 6, then it is an acidic salt. If the pH value is 7, neutral salt. If the pH value is from 7 to 14 or from 8 to 14, we call them as a basic salt. We can further classify the salts into 6 categories. First, acidic salt. Second, basic salt. Third, neutral salt. Fourth, double salt. Fifth, mixed salt. And the last one is complex salt. So the first one is acidic salt. The acid normal which can turn the blue litmus to red is called an acidic salt. These salts are obtained by partial displacement of hydrogen atom of an acid. It has a partial hydrogen atom. That is why we call this salt as an acidic salt. Example: sodium bisulfate, potassium bisulfate. These are the example, and we can see that there is a partial hydrogen repressible atom. That is why we call this as acidic salt. How can we know? We know with the help of pH paper. Its pH is range from below 7. It may be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. Number second, we will discuss about the basic salt. The basic salt, it contains partial hydroxyl ion of a base. The basic salt make the red litmus to blue, and we can check its pH with the help of pH paper or with the help of pH meter. Its pH value will be from 8 to 14. And we can take the example of the best example of the basic salt is bismuth hydroxynitrate. Bismuth hydroxynitrate, you can see that that is the basic salt which have partial hydroxyl ion. Number third, the neutral salt. The neutral salt have no effect on litmus because it is neutral salt and its pH will be normal in 7 range. And we can also call this that there is a no partial hydrogen or hydroxyl group, so that is why we can call this as a neutral salt. The best example we can take the neutral salt is copper sulfate, potassium iodide, and the simplest one is the sodium chloride. You know about sodium chloride. We can call this as a table salt, and we are eating them. That's why that is called neutral salt. The neutral salt we can use this directly. We can use also other salts in our daily life, in our medicine and different things, but the sodium chloride or the neutral salt which can use directly. We can dilute or not dilute. There is no effect of this salt. Another example of neutral salt is ammonium nitrate, potassium permanganate, potassium dichromate. These are also neutral salt with the pH range up to 7. Number 4 is double salt, a salt which contains more than one anion are more than one cation is called double salt. Uh, the double salts are formed by the combination of simple salts. So these salts have usually common negative radical but different positive radical. These salts have common negative radicals but different positive radical. Combination of simple salt. The best example we can take is alum, potash alum. That is the best example of double salt. Potassium sulfate, aluminium sulfate, along with water, that is double salt. And on dissociation, it give potassium sulfate and aluminium sulfate. Next, these salts are in the form of crystalline crystal form. These are stable in solid form, while unstable in liquid state. Another example is also we can say dolomite is also example of the double salt. Calcium carbonate, magnesium carbonate, that is dolomite. So it is also example of the double salt. Mixed salt. These salt contain more than one acidic or basic radical. The mixed salt contain more than one acidic or basic radical. These salts have either two positive and one negative ion, or these salts have two positive and one negative ion, or two negative and one positive ion. Example, we can take next salt is sodium potassium sulfate, ammonium sodium sulfate, another is calcium chloronitrate and calcium oxychloride. These all are the example of the mixed salt. Last one, complex salt. A salt contain one or more complex ion is called complex salt. In dissociation, it give negative and positive ion, which we call them cation and anion. So there will be a complex ion in the complex salt. That is why we call this as a complex salt. We will discuss an example that we have example of potassium ferrocyanide, potassium ferrocyanide. In this example, there's a complex ion. It's formed with a combination of potassium cyanide and ferrous sulfate on dissociation. We can dissociate in this and it can form as potassium and ferrocyanide. So these all are the salts, and I discuss this to you, and we can memorize this important for you, and inshallah we will discuss the next chapter in the next lecture. Okay, thank you.